Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing an overview of the Negotiator Heavy Weapon. This should be an interesting one. It's a grenade launcher for the most part. Several rounds in there. It's going to be very interesting to see how this does. There are two grenade launchers in the game that I found. One is called the Bridger, the other one is this one. The Bridger is more of a single fire, whether this one looks to be something close to rapid fire. Not tested this out, don't know anything about it, so this is going to be a whole new experience for me. If you want to get this or the variants of it, you're looking to go to Centurion Arsenal, Neon Tactical, Roland Arms, or the UC Exchange. You'll also find them dotted around in from various mobs and in crates. It's always worth keeping an eye out for it. Add-ons. Let's see. You can mess around with the stock. You can mess around with the barrel. You can put a scope on it. That's interesting. So you could probably start aiming it a bit further away. You can put a laser sight on it, which will help with its accuracy. And there are a couple of ammunition changes, which will up the damage. So yeah, a few things to play with. 6 modification slots available for it. Uses the 40mm XPL, which I'm assuming stands for explosive round. 165 physical damage. I think this has got some kind of splash damage to it, so if you get a couple of mobs together you could probably hurt them all. We'll see if we can get that to work. 12 rate of fire, so quite slow. 34 range, so almost mid-range. But again, this being a grenade launcher, I think you could probably arc it and aim high and get it to fly a further distance. It'd be interesting to see if we can pull that off. 12 rounds in the magazine. I suppose that's accurate. We'll see. Well, we won't see it. There will be 12 in there, but I'm not certain that that looks like 12 when I'm staring at it. But we'll, never mind. Yeah, intriguing design. I'm not certain how you'll stare. Oh, you can see through it. Okay, so let's give this one a go. You can see the ammo counter on the right hand side there. Let's see what we can do with this.
Hello. I am satisfied to see that you.
Nah, nothing fancy, it's just your standard iron sights. Don't know what level the mobs are here, I've just shown up, just somewhere to cause mayhem. About 20, right. Let's see, hip firing first. That's pretty good. Do aim down the sights, and I miss. Of course I miss. Let's try you. Oh, dear. Definite splash damage. That's quite effective though. It's very direct. Yeah, arcing it over probably wouldn't work. And let's see if I can. No, it won't. You can't use it like an actual grenade. You can't throw it high and get it to come down. It's. I suppose you could say it's a cross between an RPG and a grenade launcher. That's probably the best way to describe it. It's nice though. It certainly does quite a bit of damage. Can't argue with the firepower so far. Let's see if we can find somebody else to shoot at. Sure somebody's around somewhere. Any toys for me? No, but something I can sell. It's always welcome. Check the roof before we go in. Just make sure we've got them all. Well, we know there was someone up here because we shot them, but they seem to have vanished. I wonder where they flew off to. No matter. Let's head inside and see what more trouble we can cause. 12 rounds is a pretty decent amount. I want to try and empty it and see how long it takes to reload it. It'll probably take a little while, but we'll see. It does relatively decent damage, but at the same time, it doesn't punch through armor very well. Don't shoot the railing. You would have thought a grenade launcher would... Oh, that's a good reload. I was expecting one at a time. You would have thought a grenade launcher would punch through armor quite well. I mean, obviously this is just a base model, so it doesn't have anything... I'm hurting myself more than I'm hurting him. It doesn't have anything extra added to it, any traits that will make it like armor piercing or anything like that, so that's something to consider. I mean, it's doing plenty of damage, but it's really struggling against armor. And there we go, that's splash damage confirmed. And that's my target down. This is certainly not a weapon you want to be using in close quarter. I think you're probably going to kill yourself quicker than you're going to kill any heavily armoured mob around you. But still, nothing to really complain about. It's a fun little weapon. If you're going to use heavy weapons though, as good as I am thinking this is, I'd probably still stick with a microgun. Just for sheer controllability of it. But I think if you're dealing with multiple mobs at a semi-decent range, you could probably deal out a nice bit of damage. I definitely saw splash damage there, so if you can get them to group up, you could unload 12 rounds into an area and take out most of them in one go. Got to enjoy the explosions. Oh, I think I've cleared the area out, so that's my mission complete. And I will I'll wrap this video up while I'm at it. There's not a great deal more I can really say. It handles well, I've got no complaints. I know I do tend to complain about certain things. Heavy weapons are sort of hit and miss. I'd like to compare this to the Bridger, to be honest. I haven't got one yet. I haven't found one that comes trait free. I found a few advanced versions, but that's not what I'm looking for when I do these videos. But as a standalone, this is something I think you could probably enjoy. Again, you want to look at something that gives you corrosive damage or elemental damage, armor piercing, perhaps multi-shot. There are various traits out there for weapons. You just need to spend a bit of time farming them up. Once you've found out where you can realistically pick them up from, loot them from as drop thing, then you can start looking for your purples and your legendaries and get all the fancy traits up there before you start modifying it. And then of course you put your modifications on there and you turn a base weapon with a pretty decent firepower to it into an absolutely amazing weapon. I mean, if you even if you just stuck with the explosives, the standard explosive rounds, and slapped a scope on it, put the laser sight on there, maybe a longer barrel for accuracy and stability, and then you take into consideration some of the legendary traits that are on offer, and this thing could probably punch through armor quite well. Yeah. It's a little disappointing that there weren't any armor piercing options available, but I suppose the explosive rounds will generally do the job for you. I mean, obviously, this was 231 physical damage at its base. You look at the advanced version and you're probably looking at 500 to 600 base damage, and that's not including any extras that you add on yourself or that the legendary or epic traits give you. So take that into consideration and it will do a significant amount of damage. The only drawback to this weapon and the Bridger that I would realistically say is that the ammunition is hard to find. Getting it to drop in crates and off of mobs is difficult, and until you start getting into your 30s and 40s, from my playthrough, I wasn't finding much ammunition in the stores. You get the occasional 3 and 4 rounds from where was I finding it? I found a few in Rolling Arms and the UC Exchange. I also found a few rounds in Laredo Arms. So basically look at your weapon shops and keep an eye out for the 40mm XPL rounds, even if you don't have one of these weapons. But if you're planning on using this or the Bridger, it's worthwhile just stockpiling the ammunition. It doesn't weigh anything, so it's not gonna weigh you down. The weapon obviously weighs something, but the ammunition is weightless, so that was a nice little touch from Bethesda on that. So yeah, the Negotiator, enjoyable weapon, lots of fun. It's certainly a weapon that you could run around and just create havoc with. Imagine if you wanted to be a terrible, fear-inspiring pirate, you could run through a city with one of these and create pure devastation. Or you could probably clear a ship out if you're doing a hostage negotiation, but again, I would probably be careful if you're going to do that when you start getting closer to the bridge, because you really don't want to kill the hostage. I don't know whether that is actually possible, I've never actually tried. But yeah, heavy weapon, grenade firing, direct firing, it's not arcing, you can't make it go further by aiming high. It's still enjoyable. It's good fun to use, it's easy to use, it's straightforward. Just be careful of splash damage for yourself. Obviously if you hit a railing or a wall or anything that's too close to you, the explosive damage is going to hurt you as well. So you could accidentally kill yourself before you manage to kill somebody if you're trying to be clever like I was and shoot from elevated ground. We will wrap the video up there. Thank you all very much for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got yourself a nice one of these and you want to let me know, please leave a comment. If you've got a criticism about some aspect of this video, then please leave a comment. I will try to take on board any criticisms. If you liked anything about this video, again, leave me a comment. I'll try to respond if I can. If you did enjoy this video, a thumbs up would be greatly appreciated. And I will see you in the next one.